Well, welcome back. It's now turned into a glorious day here on the West Lancashire plain. This morning it was grey, overcast, it was chucking it down, and I've got a little bit of free time, so come out for a nice walk, a bit of outdoors escapism before I go back to work. What a lovely day. Now you might be able to tell it's very windy, and that's good because I've been talking about stoves a lot lately, and one of the ones I own that I purchased myself is the Windmaster by Soto. So what I'm going to do is intentionally put it out in an exposed position and use it to get a warm and drink on this bit of a local walk, and just show what the performance is like without a windshield. So that'll be interesting. We'll see how that goes. Most of my videos, I mean, check it if you don't believe me, there's a lot of spurious claims made on YouTube, don't contain affiliate links, i.e. I'm not trying to sell you anything, and I never do. I always just hang on one second. I'm not trying to sell you anything, and I never do. I don't get paid for telling you something good about something, or to go out and buy it, or I'm not encouraged to make you go out and buy something. I'm not interested in any of that. I just use things, and most of my kit I've used for many years, and I just tell you what I think about it. If ever I accept something, it's never on the proviso that I say something positive about it, ever. But yeah, this stove I bought myself a couple of years ago now, and I like it. So that's enough talk about stoves until we get it out. But it's so nice to, I've just been in North Wales with the kids by the sea for a nice little break. It's so nice to feel a little bit of warmth from the sun, not particularly today because the cold breeze is really noticeable. However, yesterday in Triada there was no wind, and I felt the warmth of the sun for the first time this year, this winter season, so that was nice. So we get to our location, make sure there's no dog walkers who are going to surprise us midway through filming, and yeah, we'll get the stove out and see how it performs. It's a really atmospheric patch of woodland. This, come to it a lot, the kids enjoy it. It's got a real mysterious feel about it, and there's a few patches of snowdrops which is nice to see. It's always a lovely sight, that. Sounds of the pines in the wind and the snowdrops. Great to see. So although I'm in a wood, it's not offering much, if any, protection against the wind. It's still rattling through here, so you know, there's no real unfair advantage to the stove. You know, ordinarily I would use a windshield when trying to boil some water when it's this breezy. It's just what you do, isn't it, to conserve gas. But I'm just showing you how I've found the Windmaster to perform in less than ideal conditions. I used it once a couple of years ago on the summit of High Street, just nothing whatsoever, just the stove pot on, just to get a drink, and again it was much windier than this. I was really impressed, so yeah, it was great. Right, we got to my little spot. It's nice and empty, which is always good when you're talking to yourself filming a camping stove. So we'll get it fired up and we'll see how it does. Right, let's get these bits and pieces that we need for this bit of a test. I'll show you what we're using. We're just going with the shot on this. I'm using an action camera, so if the framing's off, it's off. So gas wise, we've got some Coleman Extreme gas, which is good down to -27. I picked that just because that's what was nearest to hand in the loft. So it's nice and cold, it's been in my bag for a while. Got a nice MSR Titan cup. The Soto Windmaster. I've got the 4 flex head on this one. There is a tri-flex, a smaller, you know, for smaller diameter pots and cookware, but yeah, I've gone with the 4 flex on this one. And the cooking vessel I'm using is by Fire Maple, and it's one of their kettles, and that's what we're going to be using to boil our water in, pairing that with the Windmaster. So without further ado, we'll get it fired up and we'll see how it performs in this windy weather. I'll just double check. It's a bit anal, this video, I know, but 3, 4, 5, 6 mile an hour, 7. So, you know, it is a good test for the Windmaster, because you would be looking for shelter in reality. You would be trying to conserve your gas. So let's get it fired up and we'll time it, get our drink down us, and we'll chat about it a little bit more. So how much water have I put in? Well, this is a 450ml cup and I've filled it to 300. Obviously just use that as a bit of a measuring gauge and put that in the kettle. So yeah, Windmaster by Soto. Again, I bought it myself, so there's no incentive whatsoever to say anything positive about it. It's just a bit of kit which I find works very well. So it's a gas canister stove, i.e. it works with a gas canister. It's powered by gas, the 4 flex head. Just got a spring mechanism in there, just pinch it together, it widens and it slides around the burner head, really simple. You've got these 4 feet, so you can either use it like that or for larger pots, i.e. this kettle. Just stretch those legs out. We just test that. It might actually go in with the feet. Yeah, I'm going to use it like that with the feet folded in. It's quite a nice fit for this particular kettle. I've never used these pots in combination with each other, genuinely, so how it performs, it's going to be a bit of a mystery to me. So no windshield. Just going to stick it to the side of us. We've got the wind coming from this direction, so it's blown right into that. There we go, first time. Now I can see that the heat from this is being blown off to the right, but it's maintaining a nice jet. So we'll see how it gets on. That's fully open, the tap's on it, so it's max power. This is what it's come to. Look at this. This is starting to bubble away already, and we're on 48 seconds. And that's no windshield. It's starting to steam. 1 minute. And that's boiling, it's genuinely boiling. So 1 minute 10 seconds for a full rolling boil. I'll be honest, that wasn't planned. That's in full wind with no windshield, using a budget kettle, and you know, I was genuinely impressed with that. About a minute. It's a cracking little combination. A little bit taken aback, I didn't expect it to be so quick. So I will leave links to the Windmaster. Again, it's not affiliate, it's just the actual Soto link for it. There we go, 300mm, just to prove I wasn't lying, because people can kind of doctor these videos. That's all the contents, and it's up to the 300mm line on the pot. I will show you in a minute, and I won't edit the cut, I'll leave it rolling. But yeah, I mean, look at that, the breeze is coming straight through. Impressive bit of kit. Trying to find the wind meter, it's right up to the 300mm marking. And I know this video might seem a bit anal, there might be people watching this saying, what the hell is that? Well, these types of videos are important because cost of living at the moment is horrendous. You know, probably don't just speak for myself, times are tough. So when you are getting started into the world of wild camping, hiking, you want a stove for, you know, a day's hike, not particularly just camping, there's just so many on the market. It's saturated and it must be a minefield, and sometimes I take for granted how long I've done it and how much kit I've used over the years. So if you're a newcomer to it, videos like this, well, I personally would find them helpful, because it potentially saves you wasting a load of money on stuff which, you know, you don't want to do in this day and age. So we'll just get a measurement of the wind speed here. I mean, the max is set from earlier on as we were hiking in, but 4.7, 5, 6, 7, 8 mile an hour wind. And you saw, well, I saw as I was lighting the stove, the heat from it. You know, you can see the distorted, the heat haze that was blowing to the right. So it works really well with this fire maple pot and in its folded in state. So yeah, and you know, it's not just time we're saving there, it's money in your gas, it's more efficient. So we're saving money on the gas, it's using less gas to achieve that boil. But this is a cracking bit of kit, the Soto Windmaster. I suppose the other important thing to bear in mind is don't get too hung up on boil times. I know that might be a contradiction in terms of this video, because that's exactly what I'm talking about. However, does it really matter? To some people, no. If you're freezing and you're desperate to get some warm fluids into you, potentially, yeah. If you've got young kids with you who are cold, I want a drink, I want a hot chocolate, I want something warm now. We know kids can lack a bit of patience at times. The quicker you can give them that, the better. But it's all subjective, depends on what you want it for. Sometimes I like sitting with a transient burner and it might take 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes to boil a similar amount of water. So it doesn't really matter because I'm enjoying myself, I'm relaxing. It just depends what kind of application you need your stove for. So it's all subjective, always remember that. I always try and take an objective view when I'm talking about items and outdoor bits of gear, but at the end of the day, it's always what works best for you. So just a closer little look at the stove itself. And I will do a standalone review if it's required, possibly not. This video hopefully speaks for itself. You've got the stove body itself, just screws onto the gas cartridge. It is a regulated stove which maintains hopefully its efficiency throughout the life of the cartridge. You've got your control knob, your control valve for the release of the gas. You've got piezo ignition built in. You saw on this video that it lit first time, and then if I remove this head, just trying to do it one-handed, sorry, that's a bit awkward. It's not awkward when you've got both hands. So these legs can fold out, meaning that you can use larger diameter cookware. And again, simple operation, it's got a spring mechanism which slides over the burner head. And then coming onto that, you can see it's recessed. It's recessed out of the wind, It's quite a deep recess, good couple of millimetres. But that, you know, you can talk about it till the cows come home. The main thing is, does it work? And you've just seen it does. There's no magic editing on this video. You've got the wind blowing through there. There was no protection whatsoever, and just over 1 minute with no windshield, which is absolutely great. Folds up nice and small. I can't quote you on the weight, I'll leave it below now, but it's nice and light, and yeah, it just goes into its own small pouch. So cracking bit of kit. I've said enough about it. If you've got any questions, let me know. I'm going to carry on with the rest of the hike, film a little bit more of this lovely scenery, and we'll then wrap this one up. Well, I'm going to wrap this one up here, just so I can relax and enjoy the rest of the walk without thinking about filming. Thanks for watching. The Windmaster, I think, is an impressive bit of kit. It's a reasonable price. You can get the smaller Tri-Flex adapter for it if you wish to use it with smaller cookware. You've got the 4-Flex, which can vary the width with the use of those feet. It's regulated. It's nice and light and compact. And the piezo igniter has never failed on mine, so that's my experience of it. If you've got positive or negative experiences of the Soto Windmaster, well, share it below. It's always good to share knowledge and experience, and the outdoor community, there's that much equipment and kit, it always helps other people out. So thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video. I've got a wild camp coming up very soon. Well, I've got two. I've got an epic Lake District trip with some of the lads, including Walshy, the goat. That'll be a 2-nighter. And I've got a birthday solo wild camp coming up very soon. So I'll see you on the next one, and take care.